Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn.
Hey everybody, and welcome back. Hundreds of East Tennessee students walk out of class after school shootings. That was all over the news today, and I'd like to talk about that for a moment. Apparently, several high schools did a walkout to protest safer schools. And also, what's not talked about as much in the paper is several middle schools did as well. And I am proud to say that my children's middle school was one of them. My children got to participate in this. My daughter came home today and she just seemed so proud, and I'm very proud of her. I've always been one to protest things that I disagree with and to stand up for things that I believe are right. And even as a child, I took her to a couple of rallies in our downtown. She came home today and said that they had been doing this since Wednesday because my child had been sick and stayed home, and today was her first day back to school. And come to find out, Wednesday the 6th graders had done a walkout. Thursday the 7th graders had done a walkout, and today the 8th graders did a walkout, which my oldest daughter and son are both 8th graders. She said they did a walkout and did a loop around the flagpole and then listened to speeches about a young man who had went to their school last year, and this was actually pretty big news in our town last year when it happened. But he had taken a gun and shot his brother, who was in 7th grade. My children actually knew the brother. My daughter had classes with him and everything, so this was an issue that was very close to the heart to them. And they listened to speeches on that, and from what I understand, they listened to speeches on that and talked about how, faking school shootings isn't a joke, because the safety issue around it, and that you will go to jail for it. And talked about how this boy had made a joke about doing a school shooting during a moment of silence, and he was arrested and expelled. He later came out and apologized and said, that it had been a joke. They kind of talked about how, that's not something to joke about. And then let them, talk about their feelings and how they feel and being safe in school. And I've also been seeing a lot of people criticizing the kids doing this. And quite honestly, do you not remember being in high school? You had thoughts, you had opinions. Do you not remember being in middle school? You were forming thoughts and opinions of your own. These kids have the right to have their own thoughts and opinions. You're not the one that has to sit there in that classroom all day and be scared of being shot. You're the one sending your child to do that. So how dare you criticize these children, my children, for fearing for their lives in a place where it's been proven they should be fearing for their lives because of all the massive school shootings. I just have to say, I'm really proud of my children, and I don't want to announce what school they go to, but I am extremely proud of the entire student body of the school that they go to and the other children of Knox County schools. I think what you're doing is wonderful, and I hope that maybe this might get officials to pay attention a little bit. It's our jobs as adults to protect our children at all times, at home, on the streets, in schools. Whether that be through some sort of gun control. I'm not for taking all the guns, that's just not me, but I am for making sure they don't end up in the hands of terrorists, making sure they don't end up in the hands of children, and making sure they don't end up in the hands of the mentally ill or people on very dangerous SSRI drugs. And that's just where I stand on the matter. And if you don't agree with me, you know what? That's okay. We're not the ones actually making the laws. It's our representatives. So, If you don't agree with me, that's fine. Let me know what you think down below. If you do agree with me, let me know what you think down below. And it's okay not to agree, but you know, we need to listen to one another. We need to talk. We need to solve this. And as long as there is guns, and even if they're all banned, there's still going to be guns on the streets that people can get a hold of. And it's just ludicrous to think otherwise. They'll still be out there. So whether or not guns are banned, we need to think of a way to make schools safer. Whether that be through high security, or maybe switching to more at-home online schools with having like a center school for these kids to be able to go to for social events, for the teachers to go to actually work with kids online would be a good option. Anything like that, anything to, you know, make kids safer. The kids are scared because they see the adults are not handling it, and that's why they're protesting, because this keeps happening. So to like all of you that keep criticizing these kids for protesting, make it stop happening, and they won't protest. I know my 8th grade year was the year Columbine happened. It's still happening. I'm over 30. It's still happening. My 8th grade year is the first time schools made people start wearing clear backpacks. Didn't work. We need another plan. Don't change the go, change the plan. Thank you.
Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn.
YouTube has just demonetized all of my videos, so please help support the creator by checking out my merch store. Novaland is a store where you can find t-shirts, hoodies, coffee mugs, iPhone cases, and many designs designed by me. As well, a Peculiar Occurrence fan? Well, I've opened up a store just for you. So head on over and buy your Peculiar Occurrence gear today. Links are in the description box below. Thank you.